So we got this new way to actually force start the batches. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to go back to the home screen and force starts the batch, and that's what most agents will tell you. But this agent actually gave me all the instructions. So as you see here, ask your agent to force start the batch when it gives you this BS message. I was at the other location in Watertown, and this location's actually closer. All the items were at this store, so there's zero reason you can't shop it there. Like, it was very common basic goods. It was eggs, butter, chicken, and microwave dinner and milk. It's like, really? But anyways, you go to this, go to account, you go to your settings, you hit refresh, then hit refresh app. Basically hit refresh twice. And then after that, after it loads, preferably hit me on the store's Wi-Fi, and it should pop up that you're on the batch. And then it's gonna say some weird time, and it's gonna say you've been on it a long time. Basically however long since you've accepted the order. So that's what I experienced, at least. So that was better than losing the match completely in that one. Okay, now on to the bad part. Okay, so I had a situation today where I went into a very bad service area, and I had to like look at maps. It wouldn't actually navigate, so I had to like zoom in and out on it, immediately make my way there. It took me a little longer than I'd like, and by the time I got there, the customer had called support. Like, I saw a couple texts come through that they wanted to call me or whatever, but I couldn't, obviously the phone calls wouldn't go through. I couldn't get on the Instacart app and message the customer what was going on. So they stopped seeing me in the map, and the customer requested the order be canceled. I got there, and they maybe canceled it 5 minutes before I got there, and I got like 15 minutes away from their house back to service, and I started messaging this two lovely support agents. They were both amazing. This is the one who actually resolved my issue, and yeah, they're saying unusual activity because you got paused for someone canceling their order after you swiped the card and you paid for it. So they always put your account under review. They added $28.44, which was the base pay, the batch pay. Obviously, I don't get the tip, but I'm happy with that. And it's like $1 tip anyway. Like, I didn't care. It was like a boosted order. And yeah, she was heavenly. I've had this happen 3 other times. This customer canceled and got the groceries, and the customer acknowledged. As you can see, there's 15 in. She's gonna pay me $13.44, and that. So when the customer paused it, it'll tell you the time. It'll be under review until X time, and it was like literally 5 minutes before I actually got to the customer that they actually fully canceled, because they couldn't see me for a good 15 minutes of my drive. 15-20 minutes of my drive. I had to stop and like look at maps and stuff. So it took me like 10 minutes longer than I wanted it to. They lived up in the boonies, and they even acknowledged, oh yeah, we live in the boonies, there's no service here. I'm like, okay. And then I got back to service, and all that blew up, and it was canceled, and I didn't get paid for it at all. The customer got free groceries. So I also reported them for fraud, because they knew for a fact that they live in a bad service area, but they freaked out because they couldn't see me on the app. And that's just not right. Like, you know you live in a bad service spot, people might have a little trouble finding you. Don't freak out unless it's been, the next day and there's no groceries and you got problems. If said you had a shopper. Sorry, ignore my buddy who's messaging me. But I wanna just let you guys know, CYA, I did hand the customer the order. He came right out and got it from me, and I took a picture of their mailbox, and I said the full address. I did forget the customer's name. So if you ever go to a bad service spot and you start losing service, drive back 2 minutes, go back to service, screenshot the order, drive back toward where you were going, try to like route it out on maps, like take screenshots and stuff. That's what I did. And then I got there, and the whole time I was in the bad service area, it was like 20 minutes of the drive was in bad service. So like only, I'd say 10-15 of the ride was. So it was what it is. It took way too long to get there. I should learn my lesson about taking these orders up here, because people up here get sketch, and it's like they know for a fact that I lose phone service and they can't watch me on their map that I'm coming up toward them, so they freak out and think so it's like, but this isn't a problem. You're not going to see me because the app can't keep track of me, because they literally can't load because there's no service. But the first one is the juicy sauce. So when you can't force start, you're at the same brand store. For me, it was Price Chopper, and say to the agent, could you please force start the batch? And they said they did. These are the steps you have to take. You go to your account, so that's the bottom right tab, that's like the little person. You scroll down all the way to settings, you go to refresh, and then it's going to load another screen real quick. Refresh app, preferably be on the store's Wi-Fi. That really helps. Same for Aldi, because I know there's like a million Aldi locations. This one said for better item availability, and it's common staple goods. There's nothing special about it. It wasn't an alcohol order, so I don't know why that one did that. I got it shopped, the customer's happy, but then I had the other one later on. I've been having really good luck on shops lately, so that's why I've just been taking a little more risky stuff. I did deliver one yesterday, but I only dropped service in 2 minutes. As soon as I got out of the car, I airplane moded, and I got 2 bars enough to complete the batch. I was on a live. My other phone had service, so worst case, I could have cut off the live, logged in that phone. They would have sent me the text message. I could have logged in on it. But yeah, this one was like no service on either phone kind of situation. There's just no service around there, and no carrier gets service there. They do have internet, so that's how they're ordering. So yeah, hopefully this helped you guys. A lot of juicy information. Definitely, if you're in a bind on a order where you can't force start the order, this is how you do it. That's great information, because this is 2.5 years. I've finally learned how to do it properly. They used to be able to force start it and it just automatically do it, but now you have to do this convoluted BS. It's like they say they're doing it, but they can't like fully do it. You have to take steps yourself after they do it from their end. So that's amazing information. And then, always protect yourself. Get paid for the batch at least. If you get tip made, it's like $1.50 of tip. I didn't care about $1.50. I just wanted to get the majority of the pay. I said at least 25. I'd have been happy. And yeah, I kind of got bit on that. So it is what it is. I was bored doing nothing, so I took it. And I was like, it's all up highway. It's like this road I'm on right now is called Route 37. People in my area watching know exactly where I'm talking about, and it goes like 20 minutes off 37. So half the drive's on the main road and half the drive is not. And as soon as you get 2 minutes off 37, you lose service. So I drove back to the intersection and got service, looked at the map, screenshotted it, kind of looked around on it. I had the map still open, like I could still move around in it a little. So I just used that to get to their house, looked for the address number. I couldn't load the app, and but I knew the address because I already hit navigate. I should have screenshotted like the whole page, and it had their name and everything. Definitely, you need the name of the customer. Thank God it was just the last batch I did, and even then, it's like there's a lot of agents that can't look that up, but these two were amazing godsends. So you all have a great one. I hope this helps you learn something, and hopefully helps you make more money with 4-star batch when you're at a nearby Aldi. but the money in miles makes sense. I'm just telling you, go to another store way off. You know, I'm just using Aldi as the example because that's the most common one nationwide that I can use universally. All right, you guys have a great day. Thank you.